Welcome to a new story titled
The Savior of Mothers. You call yourselves doctors? I call you murderers. How many mothers have you killed? Why won't you listen? You carry death in your hands. You can't see it, but it's there. I have the proof, but you fools won't listen. Dr. Ignaz Semmelweis was an angry man, but he wasn't crazy. He was a genius. He was called the savior of mothers because his research saved the lives of thousands of pregnant women and new mothers. Semmelweis was originally from Hungary. As a young man, he went to Austria to go to university. Semmelweis studied law at first, but then he became a medical student. He specialized in the treatment of pregnant women. After graduating from medical school in 1846, he became a doctor. He worked at the Vienna Hospital, one of the most famous and respected hospitals in Europe. The Vienna Hospital had 2 clinics that treated pregnant women and new mothers. Doctors and medical students worked in the first clinic. Midwives worked in the second clinic. The second clinic, with the midwives, was for poor women who did not have the money to be treated by doctors. Strangely, it was this second clinic where both rich and poor women wanted to have their babies. The second clinic was always crowded and women begged to go there. Even though the first clinic was more expensive and had many highly educated doctors, many women died there. Connection between the dead body and Jacob cutting his finger. Maybe there was something invisible that traveled from the dead body into Jacob's cut finger. Maybe this made him sick. Semmelweis knew that the medical students often examined dead bodies before treating the pregnant women and new mothers. Maybe invisible particles from the dead bodies were the cause of the puerperal fever. Maybe these invisible particles were traveling on the hands of the medical students and killing the mothers at the first clinic. Semmelweis tested his idea and he was right. The doctors started washing their hands before seeing patients, and deaths from puerperal fever quickly decreased from 10% to 1%. Semmelweis's simple idea was a success. He saved the lives of thousands of women, but he didn't become a hero. He was ignored by the senior doctors and his boss. This may have been because Semmelweis was a junior doctor, and the senior doctors had too much pride to be taught by a younger man. Depressed, he also began to attack his family. Maybe the stress of never being respected for his ideas was too much. Attacking his family was the beginning of the end for Semmelweis. His wife put him into a mental hospital in Austria. Many mental hospitals in the 1850s were terrible places. Semmelweis tried to leave, but the guards tied and beat him. The beatings were so bad, he died 2 weeks after arriving. How could a man that had saved so many lives fall so low? Now everyone knows that doctors must wash their hands. And everyone knows there are dangerous germs that are too small to see. This is common knowledge, but in Semmelweis's time, this was crazy. Invisible particles killing people sounded like magic or the talk of a crazy person. It didn't fit with the common knowledge of the time. Even though Semmelweis was correct, the people of his time could not accept an idea that was so different. This rejection of new knowledge because it does not fit with the accepted knowledge of the time is now called the Semmelweis reflex. Big jumps in science and technology often sound crazy. People used to believe that the Earth was flat. The idea that the Earth was round was crazy. Semmelweis's story reminds us all to stay open to new ideas, even if they are difficult to imagine. The end.